the notice carefully. I read it 2 times. I read it 3 times. I did not believe what it said. On moving day, take 2 weeks of seasonal clothing. Put them in a trash bag. Tie the bag tight. When you arrive, the clothing will be given to social services. They will launder them, and they will sew the name of your loved one in the back. This sounded very harsh to me, especially for a person that thought shopping was an Olympic sport. This was a very important emotional day. It had been made clear to me if I deviated at all, if I didn't show up on time, the room that was set aside would be forfeited. This was moving day for my 94-year-old mom. She grew up in West Philly. She raised a family in Mount Airy. She was child-free in a condo in the Northeast, a very short stint at assisted living, and now here she was in a nursing home, 10 minutes from me. She lived a very, very privileged life. She was the youngest of 3. She was first generation, and her 2 much older brothers doted on her along with her parents. They loved her very much, and I think this caused her to become a very not demeaning, but a mean demeanor. And to think that she would always get her own way and always get the last word in. Her homes were all perfectly decorated. My mom always got new furniture. She got new decor. We had to get rid of the wooden railing in the house because it didn't look nice. She replaced it with a metal one that was sprayed gold. Anything that she wanted, she got. And along with that also was that demeanor. So growing up, this was a really hard atmosphere for me to be in. What ended up happening is that my parents would start bickering and yelling at each other in the living room with me there. They would see me, they would run off, they would go to the kitchen and back and forth and bicker. And then they come back in the living room like everything was all fine and dandy. What do you want for dinner? And this happened all day long. They yelled about lies. They yelled about status seeking. Most of all, they yelled about money. When my mother was a married woman, she had flashy jewelry. Always new clothes, especially for the holidays. Everything had to be perfect. She got her hair done every week. And with all of that going on, you know what I really wanted? I wanted some nurturing. And all I got really were some nice clothes to wear. But with that first move to the nursing home, somehow this mean demeanor really started to peel away. She didn't complain. She made new friends there, and the staff all loved her. Her roommate was a nonverbal woman. My mom sits by her bed to this day. She strokes her hand. She pats her on the cheek. And even though this woman doesn't respond, my mom continues to do that. And this is, I'm going to say, the sensitivity that I wish I had had, when I was a little girl. And gone were the phrases that she threw at me. As a little girl, she used to tell me, and look at me now, you are fat. As I got older, as a teenager, and I lost a little bit of weight, she would remind me, she would show me pictures. You were so fat. When I came home from college, I said to my parents, I'm going to become a vegetarian. Honestly, my mom looks me in the face and she says, I knew a vegetarian once, and they died. But my all-time favorite happened when I had 2 little kids, 2 years apart. I was at my mom's condo, and we were kind of having an intervention with my father because of like drugs and whatnot. And she looks at me and she says, well, you know, the only 2 things you ever completed in your life were your 2 pregnancies. And I was utterly speechless, and I just ran out of the room. I could not believe she said that to me. So what causes a personality change like that? Especially when you know there are no new memories to make, there are no new friends that you're going to have a shared history with. And most of all, no new outfits. That's for sure. So my mom turned 95 2 days ago on Wednesday, and I told her what I was doing tonight, and I told her what I was talking about. Except I only told her I wanted to talk about how well you were adjusted to the nursing home. And I said, Mom, I know you like to have the last word. So tell me, what do you want me to tell the audience on Friday night? And she looked at me, she pointed her finger, and she said, it could happen to you. Thank you for listening.